This happened about 3 years ago, when I was a senior in a small, quiet high school in upstate New York. It was a Thursday afternoon, right around 2:15 p.m. The sky outside was completely overcast, heavy with dark rain clouds, which made the whole school feel unusually dim and depressing. I was in the computer lab, finishing up a programming assignment. There were only 4 other students and our teacher, Mr. Henderson, in the room. Everyone was tired, just waiting for the final bell to ring so we could go home. Suddenly, the PA system turned on, but it wasn't the usual cheerful afternoon announcement. It was the vice principal, and her voice was visibly shaking.
Teachers, please initiate a hard lockdown immediately. This is not a drill. I repeat, this is a hard lockdown. Lock your doors, turn off the lights, and stay out of sight.
Mr. Henderson's face went completely pale. He didn't say a word. He immediately rushed to the door, locked it, slid the black construction paper over the small door window, and shut off the lights. The lab went pitch black except for the dim glow of our computer screens. He signaled us to leave our chairs and crawl under the heavy wooden desks at the back of the room. For the first 10 minutes, we sat there in absolute silence. You could literally hear the frantic breathing of the girl sitting next to me. At first, we thought it might be a false alarm. But then the power to the entire school suddenly cut out. The computer screens died instantly, plunging us into total darkness. That's when the real panic set in. And then, we heard it. Someone was walking down our hallway, but they weren't running or looking for a place to hide. The footsteps were slow, heavy, and deliberate. Whoever it was, they were looking for someone. Every few seconds we heard the loud clang of a locker door being ripped open. They were searching the lockers. The footsteps finally stopped, right outside our door. My heart was pounding so hard against my chest I was terrified the person outside could hear it. Through the bottom gap of the door, I could see the shadow of 2 boots, blocking the faint light from the hallway. Nobody moved. Nobody breathed. Mr. Henderson was staring at the door, holding a heavy metal stapler in his hand, ready to defend us. The banging continued for what felt like an eternity, shaking the entire door frame. When the person realized the lock wouldn't give in, the banging stopped. Then came a sound that made my blood run cold. It was the distinct metallic click of a firearm being racked, right outside the door. We braced ourselves, expecting bullets to fly through the wood. But instead, we heard the footsteps slowly move away, dragging something heavy down the hall until the sound faded completely. About 45 minutes later, the SWAT team breached the room and safely escorted us out of the building. The entire parking lot was filled with police cruisers and flashing red and blue lights. We found out the next day what actually happened. The man wasn't a student. He was a 34-year-old heavily armed individual who had slipped through the back cafeteria doors right before the lockdown. But the most unsettling part of the story? The police didn't catch him in the hallways. When the janitor went down to check the electrical room in the basement after the incident, he found a blood-stained jacket and an empty duffel bag. The police later reviewed the security footage from an old backup camera. The man had slipped into the basement ventilation system while the police were clearing the upper floors. To this day, they never found him. And every time I hear a sudden, heavy metallic noise in an empty building, my mind instantly goes back to that dark computer lab, wondering if he's still out there, hiding in the shadows.